Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Missouri Republican candidate for governor visits the 18 Eyewitness News studios. Also, Piedmont Rotarians are preparing for their annual radio auction. And the city of Marble Hill doesn't want to raise taxes, just redirect them. All of these stories, and is there a wet weekend ahead on tap?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello everybody, I'm Fred Dawkins. Thanks for joining us, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. Republican gubernatorial candidate Dave Spence brought his campaign to Farmington Wednesday. When he visited the 18 Eyewitness News studios, Spence told us that Missourians need common sense answers to the state's problems, not government solutions.
We're 50th in jobs since 2008. We've got close to 1 million Missourians on food stamps. Our higher education funding has been cut for 3 years in a row. And if everybody who's unemployed in our state stood 2 feet apart, it would go for 82 miles. You know, that to me is not success. And I don't think a career politician is dealing in the same world as the rest of us.
Spence is touting his business credentials, growing a St. Louis manufacturing company from 15 employees to 800. He also points out some of Governor Nixon's advertising claims are misleading.
The AAA credit rating has been around since 1962. For him to take credit for that is just disingenuous. All right, he was 10 years old. I don't think he was thinking about that in DeSoto, Missouri. The balanced budget, I give credit to the Republican-controlled Assembly. Also, it is part of our Constitution since our state was formed. So that's disingenuous.
While Spence was in Farmington, he joined with other Republicans at a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the county's new headquarters on Washington Street. And now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. A nice day here in southeast Missouri. A little bit warmer, but we did see some nice weather. But we do have some changes on the way. Looking at current conditions throughout southeast Missouri, we're in the 70s, 72 right now in Festus and Potosi, as well as in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown and Cape Girardeau at 74, 76 in Piedmont, Van Buren and Poplar Bluff right now at 77. Going through the evening hours, we're going to be a mostly clear sky at 7 p.m., 73 degrees. By 9 p.m., we're going to start to see the increase in clouds, partly to mostly cloudy, 67. And by midnight, the showers and thunderstorms are going to start to develop here in southeast Missouri, 62 degrees for your temperature at midnight. I'll give you more details on your forecast and will it affect football for tomorrow. I have all those details coming up later in your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast.
The Piedmont Rotary Club is soliciting items for their annual radio auction on the Dawkins Radio and Television Group. Spokesman Randy Schuler tells 18 Eyewitness News that this is the club's only fundraiser and they contribute to a number of community programs.
We provide local scholarships. We sponsor the Boy and Girl Scouts, youth sports teams, a local food bank, the youth center here, the sheltered workshop. We also back local programs like Kids for Kids, where we provide shoes, tennis shoes for some of the needy kids in the local schools. We give dictionaries to every single third grader in the county every year.
Randy, who served as the auction's chairman for the last 22 years, says he's amazed by the support of the community.
We have the running list of everything that's been given every year, and we alphabetize it. And it's an enormous list, and you wouldn't think that a small community, like Piedmont and Wayne County, could come up with that many things to put on the air.
The Piedmont Rotary Club radio auction is set for November 5th, 7th, 8th, and 9th from 6 until 9 in the evening in the studios of our sister station, Kicking Country 105 in Piedmont. The Farmington Ministerial Alliance is asking for volunteers to help them remodel their new location at Holly Tree Plaza. Director of Benevolence Nancy Faulkner told the 18 Eyewitness News cameras that the new location will give them much more space.
Right now, between the two, we have about 4,700 square foot. We're going into a 9,000 square foot facility. So we're going to be able to expand the thrift store and the food pantry.
To get the new facility ready, Nancy says they need carpentry, plumbing, and electrical work, as well as painters. Now, they're also looking for a volunteer mechanic to help them get a recently purchased box truck ready for inspection and licensing. If you can give the Ministerial Alliance a hand, Nancy's contact information can be found by clicking this story at our website, kdkz18.com. Well, voters in Marble Hill will be asked to redirect their dedicated half-cent sales tax this November. Mayor Michael Sowers tells 18 Eyewitness News that a few years back, residents approved a half-cent sales tax dedicated for capital improvements.
For the voters' purpose of getting that passed, they got rid of the property tax, city property tax that was assessed on the residents. Unbeknownst to them at that time, that once you've allocated that over and they lost that, nothing was ever put in to generate revenue again in the general fund.
Sowers says the November ballot proposal will ask voters to redirect the sales tax into the general fund. He stresses the proposition is not an increase or a new tax. While this is the same proposal that voters turned down in May, Sowers believes the issue failed because of confusion.
It just allows the city that we can regain and recoup some money back. Not that we're going to stop capital improvements in the city. It just gives us the leeway that we have the funds available that we lost. But yeah, I think a lot of it had to do with not a good understanding of exactly what we were doing and trying to get accomplished.
The first proposal back in May to redirect the sales tax failed by just 5 votes. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, you'll take a walk to tackle heart disease. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
For the latest news, weather, and sports at your fingertips, just go to KDKZ18.com.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane.
If you ever took the acne drug Accutane and you now suffer from Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, call the Rely On Group now.
Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. Attorneys in the Rely On Group network have successfully helped thousands of victims get the financial compensation they deserve.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation and to see if you may qualify for financial compensation. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
If you or a loved one ever took Accutane and you now suffer from Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease,
call the Rely On Group at 800-681-1323.
Battery problems. It happens every time you want to do something. You just want to mow the yard, right? You've got to make it to that big meeting on time, and your watch quits. You got to be somewhere, and your car won't start. Right in the middle of a conversation, and the battery conks out on your cell phone. For every kind of battery.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The American Heart Association's Walk to Tackle Heart Disease will step off Friday before the Farmington North County football game. Barg Raying says they've sponsored walks in the past, but wanted to find a higher profile venue.
We invite everybody to come out and walk, and it's going to start at 5 o'clock that evening on the 21st of September that you can register. 6 o'clock, you walk around the football track, and then at 7 o'clock, the game starts.
Walkers are encouraged to wear red, or they can buy one of the t-shirts for $10. And Julie Hendeman says walkers can give any amount for a donation.
If you have someone that you'd like to walk in honor of or in memory of, we will have our Heart Ambassador, Shania, there the night of. She's a high school student at Farmington, and she's really there to kind of be the face of heart disease. She was born with a heart defect, and when you see her, you would never know. She's doing great.
All monies raised from donations and t-shirt sales go to support the work of the American Heart Association. A deadly accident shut down the southbound lanes of Interstate 55 near St. Genevieve for 2 hours on Wednesday. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reports that 47-year-old Kenneth Sullivan of Van Buren was traveling northbound in the southbound lanes of I-55 just before noon when he struck 34-year-old Thad Thurman of High Ridge head-on at mile marker 144. Sullivan was pronounced dead at the scene. Thurman was taken to Barnes Jewish Hospital by air evac with serious injuries. An escaped prisoner will be returning to Iowa after being recaptured in southeast Missouri Wednesday morning. A state trooper on Highway 153 in Stoddard County saw a car while traveling south above the posted speed limit. The trooper pulled behind the car and the driver began to accelerate. A 10 to 12 mile pursuit started when the driver refused to pull over. Now, the pursuit ended when the driver lost control of the vehicle and crashed near Parma. The driver was identified as 42-year-old Stephen Adcock, who was serving a 16-year sentence at Fort Madison State Penitentiary. Adcock is being held in the Stoddard County Jail in Bloomfield until extradition back to Iowa. Well, still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, the link between a healthy heart and a good night's sleep. That's next in today's Your Health.
Showers and thunderstorms are on the horizon for southeast Missouri. All the details coming up next in your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
It's Subway's birthday and everyone's celebrating, because many of your faves are now $5 footlongs. Even the Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, Black Forest ham, and more. September only. Join the Sub Prize Party.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, for repairing pelvic organ prolapse, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence caused by inadequate support of the pelvic organs. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. Extrusion of the device could also damage other organs. Additional surgery may even be needed. Don't be a victim. Get the help you deserve. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, call the Rely On Group now for your private free consultation. You may be eligible for a cash award to cover pain, suffering, and even medical expenses. Call the Rely On Group now. This call is free, and you don't owe us a penny unless we are successful. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-997-7401.
If you want to track the storms in your area, just go to KDKZ18.com.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We are seeing a nice evening so far here in southeast Missouri, but some changes are on the way. Let's take a look at our weather headlines throughout the area. We're seeing showers and thunderstorms develop late tonight after midnight or so through tomorrow. Mid-70s for Friday, low 70s for Saturday, but by Sunday we'll see those highs in the mid-60s. but it does look like we will see a nice weekend here in southeast Missouri. Currently here around the area, we're seeing temperatures in the 70s, 72 in Festus and St. Genevieve, Fredericktown 74, Piedmont 76, Van Buren and Poplar Bluff at 77, and Ellington right now at 75. Currently here at the studio, we're under a mostly sunny sky and 76 degrees, and that's what it feels like out there. Current dew point 42, 34% humidity, and north-northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Going through the day tomorrow, we will see those showers and thunderstorms all throughout southeast Missouri. Unfortunately, it's another day of rain on a football Friday, so we will probably see some showers and thunderstorms during the game time tomorrow night at Farmington and Fredericktown. So for tonight, we'll see those showers and thunderstorms start to develop well after midnight. Otherwise, we'll start to see an increase of clouds. 55 degrees for your overnight low, 51 in Festus, 52 in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown, down in Van Buren 53 and 56 in Poplar Bluff. Then for tomorrow, 75 for your daytime high, a southeast wind around 5 to 10, changing over to a southwest wind 5 to 10, 75 degrees for our daytime highs, 77 in Festus, 76 in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown, 79 in Piedmont, over in Ellington, 78 and 81 in Van Buren. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. On Saturday, plenty of sunshine, high of 70, 66 on Sunday, plenty of sunshine. Monday, back in the 70s, low 70s, plenty of sunshine. The near 80 for Tuesday and Wednesday with plenty of sunshine, and then clouds on the increase with a high of 78 on Thursday. Another look at our weekend forecast. Mostly sunny on Saturday, high of 70 degrees, 42 for your overnight low. Then on Sunday, a little bit chillier, 66 and sunny with a low of 42. Let's check your storm tracker weather forecast. More details are located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
By the end of the year, 1 million more Americans will have spent time in the hospital for heart failure. That number has tripled in the last 30 years. Heart failure is the #1 reason people are admitted to the hospital. Those patients all undergo a battery of tests to see how strong their heart is. But at one hospital, patients are automatically tested to see how well they sleep. As Clark Powell shows us, there's new evidence linking sound sleep to healthy hearts.
If the walls of Chris Kazmierzak's home could talk, they'd tell stories of a life in the spotlight. This former professional wrestler has spent a career with elite athletes and movie stars alike. But a heart condition known as atrial fibrillation made Chris's heart beat erratically and ended his career suddenly.
It got to be so frustrating that what I wanted to do, I couldn't do anymore. My atrial fib was stopping me from doing it anymore. So I stopped doing the in-ring portion of wrestling.
For years, Chris was treated with medicine to control his heartbeat, but now he also uses this. It's called a CPAP device. Doctors at Ohio State University Medical Center have found sleeping with this device helps patients so much that now everyone here who is admitted for heart problems is automatically checked for sleep problems too.
We decided that these patients should actually get the benefit of diagnosis and treatment immediately when they're in the hospital.
Dr. Rami Kayat led the study. He says as many as 3 out of 4 patients who have heart failure also have sleep apnea, and treating them immediately can help them considerably. Patients often lose weight and lower their blood pressure, all while they sleep.
We found that the patients who were treated in the hospital experienced significant benefit in their cardiac function just within few days. At the time of discharge, their cardiac function was significantly better than the ones who were not treated in the hospital.
In the past, patients may have to wait weeks or months to get tested and treated for sleep apnea if they were treated at all. But by addressing the problem at the hospital, patients can rest easier at home knowing just how much this can help. At Ohio State University Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
The study found that CPAP machines boosted the efficiency of the heart by as much as 15%. They work by gently blowing air into your nose to keep you breathing during the night and to prevent you from snoring.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Schooling at home can be a great way to give your kids a great education and at no additional cost to you. Ready for a lesson on giving lessons? It's just ahead on Money Talks News.
Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge, where caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. At Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, blood pressure and blood sugar checks are always free, with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through, or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
I'm Sydney Fryer, Miss Missouri 2011. Changing lake levels occur often. Underwater hazards such as trees and rocks that were deep in the lake last time could be just below the surface now. Also, while on the water, keep an eye on the sky for changing weather conditions. Lightning and wind are especially dangerous. Safety is everyone's responsibility. This message is brought to you by this station and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Hey guys.
The strongest families are built one moment at a time. For more ways to make every day count, visit facebook.com/makeeverydaycount.
For some families, schooling kids at home is a better option over public schools. Now, technology has made education at home a lot easier. Money reporter Stacy Johnson shows you the cost and the benefits to online school from home.
We're really in touch with what they're learning, and that if there's a gap or something, we can fill it right in. If there's a need to work harder on something, we can, and they don't have homework.
For the past 7 years, the Barnes brothers have been schooled at home with help from their parents and online teachers. Parents Tim and Virginia like it, and so do the boys.
I think that kids would like it more because they don't have to get up as early, and it doesn't end as late most of the time.
And while the kids may not realize it, there's something else really cool about schooling at home: the cost.
Because the state pays for the textbooks and all the materials, and they pay for the online school. We're paying maybe a couple $100 for pencils, paper, a few other supplies, and that's it.
You heard right, zero cost. This online school at home, complete with teacher, is a taxpayer-supported charter school. The local school district doesn't run it, however. It's run by a private company called K-12. They've got more than 80,000 students in 27 states. And according to Bloomberg Business News, K-12 should bring in close to $500 million this year. Now, these online charter schools don't get as much public funding as the bricks and mortar type, but then they don't need it. Call it win-win. The kids are happy, the parents are happy, and K-12, well, they're probably happy too. Bottom line, schooling at home certainly isn't for every kid or every parent, but for some, it's perfect. And with the cost and the ability to do it online, it can't do anything but grow in popularity. Want more information? It's waiting right here at moneytalksnews.com. I'm Stacy Johnson.
Want to see that information again? Head over to our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyle menu. Have you ever wanted to create your own smoke ring launcher? If so, our science guy Jason Lindsay with Hooked on Science tells us all you need are a few ingredients from right around your house.
Hey, it's Jason Lindsay with Hooked on Science. Beside me, a science helper by the name of Ethan. Ethan, what color is air?
Clear.
Clear, transparent, invisible. We can't see it with our own eyes, but we can build an air cannon like I did in front of us to prove that it's all around us. Here's what I did. I took a giant green tub. I cut a circle in the bottom of it. On top, I put a tarp, and I secured the tarp on top by using a bungee cord. Now, I'm going to hit the back of this, and let's see if we can blow Ethan's hair off his head. Ready, Ethan? Your hair gone? No, it's not gone. What if we fill it full of smoke and hit the back of it? What might happen? Okay, Ethan, squeeze the button. Let's fill it full of smoke. There we go. Okay, now here's what's going on. As I hit the back, a vortex forms. As it squeezes out of the hole, you get this. Take a look at that smoke ring. Isn't that cool? Learn more by going to hookedonscience.org.
Go to KDKZ18.com and click on Hooked on Science under the Lifestyles menu for this experiment and others that might get you and your family hooked on science.
And coming up in sports, could Lance Berkman play for the Cardinals after a second knee surgery this season? The Rams
Ram Power Days are here at Crown Motors. 2012 Ram 1500 quad cabs, only $341 a month. No money down. You must qualify for Ally financing. See salesperson for details. 0% for 84 months, plus $1,500 rebate on Ram Crew and quad cabs. That means model year clearance on all Chrysler and Dodge vehicles. Get to Ram Power Days at Crown Motors, Highway 67 North at the Fairgrounds exit.
As I get ready to go into surgery, I remind myself what it's about. It's about God. It's about caring. It's about trust. It's about respect. It's about back pain. It's about neck pain. It's about questions. It's about answers. It's about people, not just patients. It's about you. It's about us. It is Heartland Spine. Changing lives, saving lives. That's what we do.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
With pitcher Chris Carpenter making his first start of 2012 on Friday, first baseman Lance Berkman is refusing to say his season is over. That's surprising since the club called Berkman's right knee surgery last week season-ending, since recovery usually takes 4 to 6 weeks. Berkman told reporters, quoting now, "I'm not ruling out a return by the end of the regular season with the way it feels. I'm hopeful if I can get the swelling down from the surgery. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility," end quote. Whether he works his way back toward playing or not, Berkman will continue to be a presence in the clubhouse. He'll be around for all remaining home games and will join the Cardinals in Houston next week. Running back Steven Jackson missed practice Wednesday, the first day of preparation for the Rams game Sunday in Chicago. Coach Jeff Fisher said Jackson was day-to-day because of a groin strain. Jackson suffered the injury on a 20-yard run in Sunday's win against Washington. Now, if Jackson is unable to play, Terrence Ganaway might get some playing time. Though he just joined the Rams September 1st, he's larger at 6'1" and 240 pounds than the Rams' two draft choices this year, Isaiah Peed and Darrell Richardson, who back up Jackson. Mizzou's quarterback James Franklin's shoulder is feeling considerably better. That's according to Coach Gary Pinkel, who said the junior will begin practicing with the hope of facing South Carolina on Saturday. During the Southeastern Conference media call, Pinkel said the medical staff will make the final decision, but Franklin feels really good. Although several players said they felt the offense operated as usual against Arizona State, Pinkel acknowledged just how conservative the play calling was with redshirt freshman Corbin Bergstresser at quarterback, noting some plays designed for freshman Dorial Green, Beckham had to be scratched from the game plan because of Franklin's absence. And that's today in sports. Fred and Dustin, back to you.
Dustin Kopp, the cooler temperatures that we've been experiencing is sure a welcome relief from what we had.
It is a welcome relief. We're enjoying the nice weather. We had the doors open today at the station. It was a nice day today. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of bad weather moving in. After midnight tonight, through tomorrow, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. For tomorrow, we'll see a high around 75 degrees. Lower 70s for Saturday, plenty of sunshine. Sunday, it's going to be a nice day on Sunday as well. Plenty of sunshine, 66 degrees. Then we're back in the 70s for Monday and Tuesday. Lower 80s for Wednesday with sunshine. And then by Thursday, we're going to start seeing the clouds start to increase once again. Temperature around 78 degrees. You can't complain about temperatures.
I started to say, all in all, it's really, really nice weather for this time of the year. And there were some reports of some frost the other morning when we had temperatures, around 39?
Right.
So we did have some frost. So it's going to get here. Fall of the year is here, and then before long we'll have snow, hopefully.
We will.
Did it even snow much last year?
Not much. I think we got one good snowstorm. And
I think you're right.
Other than that, we didn't really have much.
Wow. Well, We can always hope for this year. We need the moisture and the precipitation, no doubt. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you back at 10 o'clock tonight with more. Until then, have a blessed evening, and God bless everyone.
The news doesn't stop here. Just go to KDKZ18.com for your latest news, weather, and sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a good night, everybody. News Watch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.